My friends, hello. Thank you for being here. It's a beautiful sunny day here, and I've been doing chores today, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how we get through days that are a little slow, not really sped up as much as we would like. I had a hard day myself, and I wished for things to be smoother, and I couldn't quite get things flowing the way I wanted to. And I think that when we have those kinds of days, there's a lot going on in the ether that makes it challenging for us to please ourselves as much as we want, to find the peace that we need when we are struggling through life. And I want to be honest, this journey that we are on doesn't work without us finding ourselves at peace through all of this suffering that we experience. You know, we have kind of adopted an attitude of suffering is the general pathway to growth, and it is often not well taken by the guides and spirits that are with us all the time. They don't really want us to suffer at all. They actually want us to have ease and flow in our lives. And the reason that we don't isn't really because Spirit wants us to strive to figure out what we are meant for, or how we are supposed to live, or who we're supposed to be, or how we heal others. It is actually not supposed to be such a journey. And it's hard to accept that because where we are now is in a life where that is kind of required. It is our station. And we do our best to survive it, to make our way through it, to be in grace when we are in the midst of it. It is a life's journey to learn how to be in grace in the midst of struggle. And I think that knowing how to travel through struggle is the best thing we can probably tackle in our journey to be whole. It is part of life to learn how to weather the storm. We are meant to do more than that, though. We are meant to be alive. We are meant to be fire. We are meant to be fire. And that is a thing that we're learning how to do too. And I think that part of the journey through the days that are slogs, the days that are challenging, the days that are rough, is that we find ourselves home inside of ourselves, even in the midst of these days that try us. And I know that you probably have experienced hard days. You've probably lost people in your life. You've probably had dramas that were out of your control, that you had to get your wings back on in order to get through them. And I know that you have the full on vitality inside of you to do what you want to do and to be who you want to be. And I do too. And in the long scheme of it, we will figure that out. I'm here to tell you that we do figure it out. It is real in the future. Whenever that is, I can't say, but I know that it is real in the future. And in this moment, we can hang on to what we have. We can grope less and feel more and hold ourselves less hostage to ideas that other people have for who we need to be. We can hold ourselves less hostage to new things that are distracting us. You know, there's a lot of intel out there that says you have to fight your way forward, and you have to strive, and you have to get your shoes, pull up your bootstraps, get your shoes on, and go running for everything. And that works sometimes. I've done it. I've gotten there. I've made the 6-figure income. I've done those things. And I'm here to say that I can't do it anymore. Don't work for me. And I think that it's a thing that we are all figuring out a little bit at a time. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't fight for what you want. Definitely do that. That is a thing. However, how we go about it is the journey that we are on the 5D realm. How are we going to get there without striving as much as we do? And we will figure that out. And we are in a good place right now. I want to not just speak to what's going to happen and how it's all going to come together one day. Actually, what's going on is we're doing it bit by bit. We are in the fire right now, forging the next us already, and we are in the middle of being that too. Okay, so don't get me wrong, we're not like ascending to some place of high mastery where we're on a level playing field as, I don't know, some guru that we might look up to, trying to become someone we're not and be someone that is perfect somewhere out there. I think that a lot of what we need to do is really sit in silence sometimes and be and chill and calm and soothe and try our best to heal every little wound that kind of gets at us every day when we don't get to do the things that are in our highest good to do. And we are figuring out what that is all the time. All the time. And I'm sure you've figured out quite a lot of it already. And you're learning more and more and more about what it is you want to create in your life. And I think that when we get to the point where we are creating what we want to create in our lives, we are actually finding ourselves more aligned with Gaia's guiding hand. And what she is trying to communicate to us is that we are source energy here and now in our bodies. It's not like we have to elevate ourselves to some high status in order to get there. Here we are, being goddess, being God, being source, being all that is, and we are trying our damnedest to be full. And that is really the game. Being full, being whole, being true to ourselves. I know that every last moment of my life is going to be about being whole and true to myself. That is the only mission I know I'm on. And I'm sharing that because I think that when you rely on yourself for guidance, you get somewhere further than if you rely on other people for their wisdom. That's a whole lot. I mean, it's a whole enchilada right there. Knowing yourself, knowing who you are, knowing what you desire, despite all the input that shares negativity, forced ideas upon your growth and expansion that don't align with who you really are. There are things we have to say yes to and things we say no to. And I'm not saying we don't listen to other people for input. Definitely, we have the capacity to share with other people and get reflection and take that in, internalize it, use it to our advantage to move forward, to shape ourselves, to become who we really are. And if you have trusted people in your life, then that is easier than ever in this particular incarnation of the planet. We have these relationships that are really nurturing and sustaining us more and more all the time. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we don't need co-creation. We do. However, you must know you. You must know yourself. And when you do know yourself, you will become who Gaia is informing us to become, which is ultimately just the truest version of us that we can be. And that is my whole message, really, is that you can find your way through this struggle by being as aligned with yourself as you can every single moment you have at your disposal. Every moment you get to internalize your experience in a new light. I don't want to say just a positive light. I don't want to toxify this situation with positivity that isn't in alignment with what we are experiencing sometimes. And I also want to identify the need for us to reach for something big and go inward and say, I have this. It is mine. It is who I am. It is what I be. It is what I am having. No bones about it. No bones about it. And I want to share with you that the reason I'm doing this is because I have decided to be all of myself every single second. It was a firm container for my life that I set when I went on my Kundalini awakening. I found great trauma in my experience. And I don't wish that for anybody. And I know there are a lot of people that are having a smooth journey, and I'm so delighted about that. I think that's what I'm intending for everyone here. I know that's what I'm intending for everyone here. And I think what I'm thinking is that people are doing their best to realize that every time they sit down and meditate and visualize. They are all trying to realize their true self through connecting to the quantum realm, the quantum field, the infinite field where we can realize all possibilities. We are in that. And that is what we're here to have, is that. Deciding you will have it. Deciding you will be that. Firmly. You can power up all the forces of good to work on that. And have the intention to be the things that you want to be. And I think you can even reach miraculous things that are beyond your imagining. And that takes time sometimes. I know for myself it has. So I won't gloss it over. I won't cherry coat it. But here we go. We got this. Let's do it. Let's make it real. That's what we're here for. All right. Thank you for being you. Much love to you. Good luck with everything. And take care of yourself.